This neighborhood has many challenges on many layers, from social to economic, to crime, to the lack of resources. But there's a lot of promise when you look in the faces of the children and imagine what it could be and not for what it is. And I think with our Promise Neighborhood Initiative, we'll build a brighter and better neighborhood in which to raise children and ensure that our children can become productive citizens.
We're very, very proud to stand with all of you today to announce the organizations that will receive the first round of planning grants for the Promise Neighborhoods program. These projects we're announcing today will work to provide cradle-to-career services for children and youth. And I'm so proud of the 21 groups receiving these planning grants and the hundreds of other communities that have stepped up and started to do that work in their own communities.
In 2010, the U.S. Department of Education selected 21 neighborhoods nationwide out of over 300 applicants to receive a Promise Neighborhood Planning Grant. The DC Promise Neighborhood Initiative will lay the groundwork for cradle-to-college-to-career services to improve the educational achievement and healthy development of children. In DC, the one neighborhood to win was Parkside-Kenilworth in Ward 7.
That was a great day.
That we won, it was amazing. It was incredible.
And the kids in this ward definitely deserve it.
I really am just giddy about how my kids are going to be taken care of, how we're going to push this, and to see that knowing that the kids who are around here playing right now are actually going to be the one leading it in 10 to 15, 20 years from now. That's really the most exciting thing about it.
Bordered by the Anacostia River, Highway 295, and Benning Road, this tight-knit community has already demonstrated great strength and positive growth.
We can hit the ground running. We've already got early wins. We have excellent resources already made available through the community, like our Cesar Chavez public charter school for public policy, both at middle and high school. We've gotten Children's National Medical Center involved in this initiative, where for the first time in the history, we have mobile health units that are brought right to our schools to give high-quality medical and dental health services to our children.
Central to DCPNI's success are 5 core values. We value our children and schools, which will be at the center of all that we do.
It really is about the kid who is in that first grade classroom, that 6th grade classroom, or that 9th grade classroom, and how do we light them up to make sure that when they come back that they continue to work, so they can be the lawyers, the doctors, the nurses, and really charge this neighborhood back up.
We value the people of this community and want to give them the tools to make it better.
We've had those meetings with the community to hear that discussion with them. How can we bring in resources to maximize your effort?
DCPNI has been a great help for us this summer. They have provided a lot of funding for us for our programs, for both programs, our partnership with Fisher School and my programs.
We value accountability, excellence, and data-driven results.
For example, if they're child care providers, if the goal is that every child develops the age-appropriate skills, we will have to look at data and we will have to say yes or no. And if no, what are the adjustments that have to be made? And eventually, find the best service provider to ensure that we achieve that goal.
We value close collaboration with our partners and supporters.
DCPNI is a great opportunity for us to invest, especially in the early points of lives of our children, and frankly an opportunity to show that a neighborhood that has oftentimes been challenged can really move to a point where it is a demonstration of how we can turn lives around, not only here in the district, but across the nation.
And to see this community come behind this effort together, systemically, I think can be a model for the country. We are thrilled to invest here as a planning grant. We're thrilled that in the FY11 budget we have an additional $30 million to move towards implementation.
And I want you to know that we at America's Promise Alliance are in this for the long haul.
We value resident engagement and input in all decisions.
I live here, and so I am very much invested and understand what the community wants and what they need. And so with the various members of the community being on the advisory board, being at the dinners, being involved in the working groups, giving their input, and then seeing what happens next, I think they are very encouraged.
I felt like it was finally something to finally help us. I felt relieved knowing that adults were showing that they cared.
So we envision young people being thankful for having that support and not have had to experience what many other peers experience because they lack those resources, and be able to say, now I have to give back to this community because this community made sure that I had the fundamentals of a caring adults, a safe environment, a quality education, and now the opportunity to give back.